questionable.
And one is.
How did Sokoviak not catch that last time they were here?
I talked to Matt,
Just so they can just go.
and he said that he pulled them both out and he watched them both work. They pulled a piece of plastic, took a cable tie out of it, but he said that he's not so sure it's the pump, so tomorrow they're gonna come and check that
The
out.
line to the road.
No, he's thinking it's
Could be electrical.
electrical. He's thinking there's a possibility of electrical, so.
You know, they have kind of a couple fail safes, so
Yeah.
those pumps don't burn out, and there's, some circuits and different breakers,
Yeah,
and
there's
possibly could be replaced.
and he was telling us something about a reversible pump also, that there's a possibility to back flush, but we don't have that possibility in our system currently. So that's the haul. Other than that, the wedding went well, no complaints there.
Yeah, they didn't have any problems.
She seemed to be happy.
Okay, motion to accept the hall report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills for approval. Payroll.
We make a motion to accept the payroll.
Second. Roll call. DeShano.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Eddie, yes. Bills for approval.
We make a motion to accept the bills. I went through them. I came in, 4 o'clock, I went through the bills.
How are you doing your friend?
Nope, I appreciate that, and then looking through them,
You found a holiday.
I found, yeah, Kyle Merriam's, I get that piece. And I don't know, we spent a lot on legal, and that was an issue in the past. And when I looked at it for the month of almost, 20, it was a lot of money. It was, so I would make a motion to accept the bills, but we have to try and not use legal as much.
Wasn't it because of the thing that we got going on?
Yeah, they work the special assessment district.
Well, they worked the special assessment district, and they reworked the special assessment district. But the thing is, and this happened previously sometime back, and that, you know, it's like having a third or a fourth elected official, because it's 2378. And I get it. We gotta make sure what we're doing is legal. Fully get it, you know. But, and we all do it again. I mean, legal has always been our #1 issue, period. Because the number one thing we're trying not to do is get sued. In the back of your head, trying to make sure things are going the right way. So I get that. But I'm just saying that was one of the things, because, you know, if you actually, if it continues at that rate, that's about $26,000 to $27,000 for the year, not counting what we hired them for.
I definitely don't think it's gonna continue at this rate. I think
I'm-
it's definitely cleaning up a lot of the issues that we have.
I get that, but we have so much to clean up. We're gonna be cleaning up for 2 years, minimum. So, and working on cleaning up for these 2, it's at least 2 years. We never got to, the township never got to where we're at today overnight. So we can't clean it up overnight. It'll never happen. And I think the residents know that as well. It took time to get here. It will take time to get out of here and make it so that it flows and works and protects us all. So I'd make a motion to pay these bills, because we have no choices. We gotta pay our bills. So,
A second. Roll call. Eddie, yes. Schlander.
Yes.
Shano.
Yes.
Campbell.
yes.
Communications. Building report.
It doesn't amplify, it just records.
I think you have the microphone for on.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
they just don't have speakers.
You know, you can't hear that well, and I don't hear any of that with these. Wonder how that.
Anybody wanna
I'll
you change part of
motion
yours
to
to
accept
what?
the building report.
At the bar.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Zoning administrator report.
Month of July, I was sworn in on July 1st. 5 minutes after that, I was on the phone on a conference call with Linwood Storage Sign, getting them squared off, making sure that they, I believe it was a little waiting for an electrical inspection for their sign. July 2nd, I spoke to Nancy Finkbeiner about her neighbor's complaint of her, she was letting her chickens out in the evening and they were going onto her property and she offered to just keep them inside from now on. Then I was sick for a few days, summer cold. July 10th, met with Gene Mayland about a property split and gave him all the information he needed. The 13th, went to 465 South Huron, spoke to them about their blight situation, and then sent them on a letter on the 30th. 14th, been dealing with, contacted Republic Waste about picking up a chest freezer that someone set out by the road that was full of rotten meat, and the neighbors are complaining about the smell, and unfortunately none of the people will pick those up in that condition, so we're still, actually it's still there, so we're still working on it, trying to get that handled. On the 15th, went to 1743 South Huron about blight complaint. I'm trying to talk to these people before I send them out a letter, but these people are hardly ever home, so they're probably going to get a letter sent out tomorrow or Wednesday. On the 16th, I met with Steve Gray, the previous zoning administrator, and we drove around to look at some of the bigger issues with blight and new construction. Attended the planning commission meeting on the 14th, 17th. Spoke with Mike Marsh. He's got a big project he's wanting to build on Beaver Road, 2918 East Beaver Road. 22nd, checked on a parcel for the owner, see if they're buildable, if it was buildable. 24th, met with Steve Gray again to go through one of our complaint books, make sure people were getting the letters that needed to be sent out. 29th, spoke with Jeff Burnett about using a shipping container as a temporary shed at his property. 29th, received a plan review application for Bateson. 30th, typed the variance request letters for Juzek, Kosecki, and Schwab for publication in the newspaper. And I spent approximately 34 hours in the office physically. Also spoke with Jay Guston, our building inspector, multiple times on multiple properties.
So we allow shipping containers?
Yeah.
But I didn't think we did. Because there was a house on M13 that got away with it, and that one guy with this storage on 13 got away with it because there was commercial districts. But I did not think we permitted shipping containers, but, okay.
Well, I told them temporary, but shipping containers are kind of a gray area. I even spoke with our assessor about it, and there's nothing else looks really.
If I believe it was more like a pods situation where they're like
Have
building
you
their
seen it
house
in the
up.
zoning ordinance?
He was
And
wanting
to,
to,
I'd have to sit down and go through the ordinance book,
I think it's
but
for
I
fair.
know
I
some
think it's something
people,
that has to be addressed.
some people wanted them and they were told no. That's why I'm asking.
Some people were forced to remove them after they were told yes.
When was that?
During Sam's time, because you could buy portable sheds, but you couldn't have the shipping containers.
You might need to research and see what them old complaints were that they're.
I'm just saying what the township, because in a commercial district, a commercial business could, in the residential neighborhoods, they could not. I'm just going by what, we encountered, because we encountered it with the planning commission. And, it was addressed on a couple of occasions that we did not permit those. And that was when Fletcher was the chair, Locust was the co-chair.
You know.
well, there's certain situations too, it depends on if they have accessory buildings already and stuff like that.
Well, yes and no, because the problem is, let's say you choose to get one that says Tokioki, and it's bright red, and it's put in the residential neighborhood, and the neighbor starts complaining, I don't like the color, and that's why the people over here made sure that when they put them in, they were painting them to make sure that it matched the storage place that they were matching, and they painted them blue, but I'm just asking the
It sounds like
question.
we might have to work on a zoning
Ordinance.
amendment, or,
I know I'm an outsider, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with them, and as long as you pay them to match the color of your house or your property, they're a good storage container. Well better than a shed.
The deal is that means the planning commission has to address it, because if it's not in the ordinance, then
yeah,
it's
there's
definitely
nothing really
gray.
on the books.
And if
about
it's gray,
shipping
then
containers.
Well,
If it's gray though, normally, when it came to our ordinance book, then it didn't happen. I'm just going by what it was like in the past. If it's
Well,
not
if
addressed,
you can recall or find any of that information, just so that Dennis, and then even so that planning commission can address it.
because I know commercial
If it hasn't been
parcels
addressed,
could, but the residential, which sounds like a double standard,
Well, I thought I'd ask the assessor,
but he don't look in the ordinance book.
after I did. But, for tax, when I was talking to the assessor, it was about tax purposes. And he says, because when I went to the board review training, they said if it's got a roof line, it gets taxed. So I said, well, what about shipping containers? They're not taxing them right now. So it's kind of a new thing where people weren't, haven't been doing this for that long. On the scale they're doing it now. So we need to find, whatever we have in writing, that's why I worded it to the guy, temporary, just in
and
case.
you may want to talk with the township's new planner and mention that to them.
We'll do it at the planning meeting, I'm sure.
So, just so that when it is addressed, it's addressed legally and we don't have that.
I mean, you make somebody remove it though, and there's nothing on the books about it. I mean, that sounds like
I
a
haven't seen
private
it.
homeowners association or something like that, might not allow them, but.
In that situation, it was, permission was granted, I believe, by the then building inspector, and then the then supervisor revoked that permission, even though it was painted to match the house. And the
Wow.
homeowner in that situation is on the planning commission. So,
Maybe I'll skip that meeting.
It's been a contentious issue.
Well, yeah.
I was 4 years on the, 4 years on the planning commission, and that was a big deal.
what,
Okay, motion to accept the zoning administrator's report.
I'll second that motion.
All in
Okay.
favor?
No, I'm just saying.
Aye.
Okay, public input items on the agenda, 2-minute limit. Public input, items on the agenda, 2-minute limit. And last time, public input, items on agenda, 2-minute limit. Okay, we're gonna go to unfinished business. FEMA and EO violations. It was nice to say we dropped another one off the list today at 441. Dan Jacobs on South Linwood Beach was another one to come off of our FEMA list. He got an elevation certificate, it was sent in to Mr. Oshapinte and accepted. So
We are down to
I believe that makes us 16 or 17 out of 52.
what's left.
So the next item on the agenda is special assessment district calendar and notice and the millage.
So we have a special assessment and then, millage stuff wasn't there.
Two fire protection, 13R, 30 range.
It's way back, but
It's right after the fix you, line under fix you.
yeah. It's not there. That's why I asked the question. It's not invisible, it's not there. There's, well, I guess, you know, you were researching assessments while I was researching millage. And assessment versus millage, from how I saw it, is one set by the board and the other is set by the people through an election. And I talked to the clerk's office to make sure and get the wording together, and we have time, actually through tomorrow, to have this happen. I went down there, got the wording going, but it's classified as a new millage because the old millage, the verbiage was not right. We didn't collect it. So with that in mind, it just came together as shall Buckholm Township impose under Article 9, Section 6 of the Michigan Constitution, the general dollar tax within Buckholm Township. It's classified as a new millage with an amount not to exceed 1 mil for a period of 3 years, from December 1, 2025 through December 1, 2027, both inclusive for the purpose of operations, maintenance, and equipment. And shall the township levy this amount for that purpose, thereby raising in the first year an estimated $192,000. The resolution, provided at a regular meeting, we would have to approve, if we approved it, be it resolved that the attached ballot proposal seeking a new millage in the amount not to exceed 1 mil for 3 consecutive years, 25, 26, and